NHL franchise mode. We are still with the Guelph Dragons. We're in the year number 2. Last year's Stanley Cup champions were the New York Rangers. Let's quickly take a look. So with only 4 American teams in the NHL, one of them managed to win the Cup. The Toronto Maple Leafs were the President's Trophy winners. The Sarnia Stingrays and the New York Rangers faced off in the Stanley Cup final, and there's a sweep by the Rangers. The Hart Ross under Mark Scheifele of the Winnipeg Jets. The Hart Ross took home the Hart Memorial. James Norris went to Alex Pietrangelo of the Moncton Gladiators. Lady Byng went to Nathan MacKinnon. Alexis Lafreniere won the Calder and the Conn Smythe. The Vezina went to Frederick Anderson. Same with the William Jennings. The Bill Masterson went to De Kaiser of Detroit. Jack Adams went to the coach of the Markham Tridents. Ansel Kopitar took home the Frank J. Selk. Ted Lindsay went to Mark Scheifele. Alex Ovechkin continues his dominance of the Maurice Richard Trophy. And the Hartford Wolfpack won the AHL Championship. So it was a good year for the Rangers organization. In the off-season, we traded away PK Subban, who we picked up at the deadline last year. And our lines are looking as the following. So we got Andre Kasse, Alex Wenberg, and Vladimir Tarasenko on the top line. Evander Kane, Ryan O'Reilly, Robert Thomas on the second. Koivunen, Jacob Delarose, and Sammy Blaze on the third line. Zach Sanford, Barbashev, and Clifford on the third. On the fourth, I mean. And on defense, we got Torrey Krug and Colton Parenko, who doesn't want to re-sign with us. So we're probably going to try to move him out. We got 2 offensive defensemen playing together there. Oh no, he's defensive, so I'm going to try to see if I can get a 2-way defense, or a Drew Doughty type defenseman for that, and see if that'll help. So let's simulate to the first game of the season against the Owen Sound Vikings. And Sammy Blaze accepted his extension. I'm still waiting on one more extension, so we're in, well, this is preseason, so let's just simulate past the preseason, see how well the team does. Simulate to the 30th of September. Yes, budget's fine. Clem Clauston re-signed as well. I'll sign promotional nights. I really don't care when they are. Continue. You know, Coste was hurt. So we go 3-2-1 in the preseason. Let's just take a quick look at the preseason leaders. Tarasenko with 10 points. Vander Kane with 5 goals as well. So looks like we're going to have a really good 2-headed attack this season. Well, we also picked up Neil Point. He cost us a lot. 2 firsts, a second, and a third to bring him over from the Winnipeg Jets. Yes, I do offer sheets. I'm a win now GM, so simulate the next game. We'll simulate the first game of the season. We'll simulate the first home game. And Knutsev with a power play goal, and Bennington gives Sault Ste. Marie the early lead. Sault Ste. Marie's all over us at home. They look to pick up their home opener. Orlev, then TJ Oshie. And that's not a good start to the year. Whoops, actually I simulated that period. Ovechkin makes it 4-0. Let's see if we can make the comeback. If not, might look to be moving Parenko early on the season. If you don't want to re-sign with me, that's fine. You're just not going to be around. So we did make a game of it, losing 4-2 in the long haul. We outshot 29-24. Oshie, Ovechkin, and Knutson the 3 stars. Kind of figured that. Man, today, see if we can pick up our first win of the season. And we do with a 3-2 victory. Clem Clauston dominating early for us. Simulate game. And we're coming out strong at home. Get the first 5 shots of the game, but no goals. Well, we got another power play. Hellebuyck standing on his head for Winnipeg. I'm presuming Hellebuyck. As we absolutely throw everything but the kitchen sink. Gone. Goal in the first period. Out shooting Winnipeg 13-6, and we have a goal. Our tie game. Switching ends now. The power play, and Torrey Krug on Hellebuyck gives us the early lead. Sorry, I just got a text from work. And Pioink makes it 2-0. Then Patrick Laine with 23 seconds left in the period. And let's go into the third now. See if we can hold on to this goal or this lead. And Roslovic ties up as I say it. God damn it. Scheifele, last year's Hart and Art winner. We tie it up, so we're going to go into overtime. We put Winnipeg out in the playoffs last year. I don't know why it's doing that jersey for Winnipeg, but I'm okay with that. Oops. Let's check out the overtime period here, folks. See how well we do. The last 3 meetings with between these 2 teams in overtime, or 2, sorry. Guelph tied up the series at 3 games and won the game in overtime with 2 quick goals into overtime. So, fanned on it. That was off his offhand. Banged it, hit in the face.
A big face-off here inside the offensive end.
All right, Costa. Shattenkirk. O'Reilly, Franco. Think he's going to cover that up. I don't blame him.
Well, what a quick reflex stop that is. Great scoring chance. This is a face-off they'll definitely want to win here inside the offensive zone. Roslovic's won the draw. Here's a shot. What a block as he lays out in front of it. Here's a chance, and he makes the save. From behind the net. Guelph's got a hold of it against the wall. Through the open ice, they're picking up steam. Lays the body. Winnipeg's got control of it now from their own end. Into the attacking area from the left side.
Oh! I thought that was over. Connor missed. Pionk up to Kase. Ah, and they can't get anything going.
The Jets gain possession in their own end. Moves it quickly over to Scheifele. Here's the
Scheifele to Wheeler. Broken up. Pionk.
Winnipeg's got a hold of it along the wall. He was left
Pionk.
there. The Dragons take it across the blue line. The Jets look to start the transition game. Quick feed to Scheifele. That pass doesn't go. And he uses his reach to disrupt the play.
Lundberg's on the ice now.
Nice zone entry from the middle. And a poke check knocks the puck away. Up along the wing. Oh, he'd like to have that pass back. Takes the feed from the left side. Gives it right back to his teammate.
Nice goal! Winnipeg's got to be sick and tired of losing us in overtime over the last 3 games now.
Wells playmakers the difference here as they come away with the overtime victory.
You can see their coach's fist pump behind the bench. The overtime win always is a little sweeter. Shooter's able to corral that saucer pass, and then he beats the goaltender.
Well, this one's in the books. A fun one tonight for Ray Ferraro. My name is James Savalsky.
Colin Parenko, you got the game winner. Takes home 3rd star. Oh, we passed one of our owner goals. What are our owner goals? I really never look at them. 28 sellouts. Concessions need an upgrade. So let's just go into the operations budget. I'm fine with advertising being down. Scout travel's fine. Okay, so we won our first game. We're going up against the 3-0 London Lions in our next one. So I'm just going to simulate, see if we can end their winning streak. We seem to have a pretty even rivalry with London last year. And Bruce V. Jenner makes it 1-0 after 1. TXCA makes it 2-0. Foodie makes it 3-0. Ouch. And Jenner makes it 4-0 on Bennington. Sanford. See if we can make the comeback against the former Columbus Blue Jackets. Nope, we're down 5-1. We're getting destroyed. And we just get shelled at home. Or in London, I mean. Let's go to the end of the month. And I get back-to-back games against Moncton, so might seem like those to see how we do. Oh, we're 2-3, 3-3, 3-4. And we just lost Wenberg. I'll pick up 2 wins with Wenberg out of the lineup. Kane's bitching about his ice time. He's probably going to be moved at the deadline, especially if we're not doing well. Now we got 4 days off. That's how we do in this back-to-back series with the Moncton Gladiators to close out this. Close out October and open November. Tarasenko gets the early goal on Leonard. Pacioretty ties it up on Bennington. Roy makes it 2-1. Down by 1 after 1, and Coolin makes it 3-1. Carlson makes it 4-1. Pacioretty makes it 5-1. Okay, I'm gonna make a trade to strengthen my defense. I gotta do something. I got too many offensive defensemen. 6-1. Just get me out of here. 6-3 as we get 2 goals in the third. Point just went down with an injury too. So in this game we got a week off to make some roster corrections. And they get a shorthanded goal. Sanford Smith. Krebs. I only had 1 goal on 2 shots. Vander Kane on the power play. Stevenson. Pietrangelo. Damn. Down by 3. Down by 4. This team has our number. Blaze makes it 6-3. Come on, boys. Let's mount a comeback here. Oh, looks like we're gonna end. Oh, 6-4, De La Rose. On Leonard. And we don't give up the empty netter, so. But 6-4 losses and 6-3 losses. 12 goals in 2 games. It's time for a change in our defense. Let's see who's on the trading block. Two-way defender. 1 year left. He's an 84 overall. He's got 4 years left on his contract. And he's hurt, so no. That's why he's on the block. Tuukka Rask is in Edmonton? Wow. He's a defensive defenseman. I do need one of them. Quite go with an injury. There's Scandella. He's a 31-year-old defensive defenseman. Ethan Bear's offensive. Killington offensive. Franco, you're defensive. Pioink, offensive. And Krug is an offensive. So I could get younger. Start with that. Freeze up like no cap space, so no. It's tempting, it just doesn't fit what I'm looking for. I don't know where it left off. Jeff Petry's defensive defenseman with 4 years left. Need a two-way defenseman. I'll start with that. I'll fix everything else. Jimmy Howard and Craig Anderson. That's a pretty decent goaltending combination, but 47 and 37. 40 and 37 is ridiculous. Nick Robertson is up. What are they looking for him? What's his trade value? It's actually not bad. Robichaux, what are you? You are a playmaker. Might come back to that player later. Tyler Myers and Nathan Schmidt. Both around $6 million. So. Franco and Bear out for Myers and Schmidt coming in. Vander Kane going out for Tannen coming in. And we're a little bit shy on the thing, so we have any decent prospects. I'll toss in Neighbors. I just want to take a look at our lines. So Kase, Wenberg, Tarasenko, Blase, Reinberg, Sanford, Thomas, Koistinen, Barbashev, DeRose, and Clifford. That's not bad. Krug, Myers, Bertuzzo, Schmidt, Killington, Scandala. That's better. So. Jake, you just came over in a trade. I'll talk about my ice time. Well, you just came over in a trade, Jake. Like, let's see how well you do. I'm going to simulate our first game with our 2 new defensemen. And then I'll get to the end of the month and see how well we're doing. Koivu on Bennington. Kase on Bishop with a power play goal. So tied at 1 after 1. Lindell and Bennington. 2-1 now. Oh, we need 1 goal in the third. Well, 2 goals in the third, but I settle for 1. We're gonna lose 2-1. Bishop, Lindell, and Bennington with the 3 stars. Let's see how well this one goes. Tarasenko. Say 1-0. Nothing else in the first period as Rose shooting them 11-8. Barrie used to be the Anaheim Ducks. I should have moved Florida up, but Florida ended up in Saskatoon or Regina. The Canadian naming teams, I pretty much just found a logo and went, okay, this will do for this team. So there's no really thought out plan. 2-0 with a Zach Sanford goal on Gibson. See if we can hold on to the 2-goal lead. Barrie getting close to evening up the shots. Blaze on Gibson. Kase on Gibson. We got a big 4-1. Dzingel breaks the SO. And a huge 4-1 win. Yeah, striking ace is moving away from Kane and those defensemen. Let's go to December 1st. We're 500. Completely correct 500 team. Now we're below 5. Kevin Miller, defenseman, decline. Whoa, we're a game above 500. Oh no. Bennington just went down in a shootout loss to the Edmonton Oilers. Jake Virtanen is in. A 4-0 loss. Bennington's back. That's good. 1-0 win. Playing Xavier Ouellet. Let's go to the end of the year, or start of the new year. That was our first overtime / shootout loss. And we're sitting outside of the playoffs right now. We're starting to get on a bit of a roll. I wish you'd turn off the notifications about injuries to your AHL team. I'll let you keep him. Neil Poink just comes back from an injury and goes out in the first game, so the Neil Poink experiment is over. And that's ridiculous, like. Let's see what I get offered for him. And we're 4 points out of a playoff spot right now, so 2 games in hand. Let's go to the end of January. And I'll decide if I'm a seller at that point. I'm leaning towards being an aggressive seller. So we're sitting in the playoffs by 2 points. Let's get to the deadline. No offers on Pionk yet. Getting on a roll mid-season. At least a 7-game winning streak. Kubalik and a point and a fifth for Kubalik and a third. Decline that trade. If I get anything in return, I want a defenseman. Bozak a third, fourth, and a seventh. Decline. And we just lost Bennington again. You know what, Vertanen? You were bitching about ice time. What have you done for me? What career stats? 10 goals. This is -6, yeah. I'll accept this trade. They just trade that guy. Negotiating for first and third, and oh my god. So. So far on the trade deadline, sorry. Detroit acquired a second-round pick, Jasper Fast, and a 7th from Mississauga for a second-round pick from Detroit and Brandon Dubinsky. Saskatchewan, Olofsson, Miller, and England for Noel Anisimov and a 6th. Belleville acquired Edler and a 3rd for a 3rd. Forsberg and Bellemare. Jake Virtanen for Hendricks Lapierre and a 3rd. Calgary acquired Brandon's 3rd, Erickson and 2 others for a 2nd and a 4th. Ekholm, who I was trying to negotiate trade for, and Comrie went for a 1st and a 3rd. Edmonton acquired Jaden Schwartz and Ian Cole from Victoria for Frederick Anderson. Chris Tanev, a 3rd and 2 others for Kubalik, Carpenter, and 2 others from Chicago. Chicago acquired a 1st-round pick from Montreal and Caden Goulet for Kirby Doc, Tyler Bozak, and Quinville. London acquired Ryan O'Reilly, a 1st and a 2nd from Guelph for Seth Jones and Alexei Texier. All available. Wait. Marc-Andre Fleury. What are you looking for him? Two-thirds for Fleury for backup. I'll probably lose him if I have to ever put him on waivers, but I don't care. Anders Lee's available. The Nuge is available. I got 3 hours left in the deadline. Oh, screw it. I'm not gonna wait around for 3 more hours. See what the blockbuster trades of the day were. Take a few seconds. Peter Mrazek is going on waivers, so I'm going to claim him as well. Two to one loss. Okay, so 3 losses. Their defense is just getting destroyed this season. Yes, I never did move New Point. I say we're missing the playoffs this year. Yeah. We just sucked this year. 38, 38, and 6. That's ridiculous. And let's switch over to the HL. Let's get to past their end of their season. They're 30. Oh, we got the sellouts. Yay! Jesus Christ, I don't need like every freaking update. Let's take a look at the playoff tree for the NHL. Last year, Chicago versus Sarnia, Sault Ste. Marie and Owen Sound, Saskatoon and Winnipeg, Regina and Vancouver. Over in the East is the Toronto Knights and Mississauga Rattlers, Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins and Halifax Sailors, Quebec Nordiques versus Moncton. Oh, so far, Regina eliminated Vancouver, Sault Ste. Marie eliminated Owen Sound, Sarnia came back to win 4 straight against Chicago, Winnipeg and Saskatoon going to Game 7. Same with the Toronto Knights and Mississauga Rattlers. So there's only one American team in the playoffs, and that's the Boston Bruins this year. Let's see. Let's advance day. So Winnipeg's out once again in the first round in a Game 7 loss. Saskatoon and Regina. And it's Sarnia and Sault Ste. Marie. The Toronto Knights and the Montreal Canadiens. The Moncton and Boston. Those are pretty good series. Sarnia and Regina. Toronto and Boston taking the early series leads. Sarnia, and it takes a 2-0 lead. Saskatoon ties it up. Montreal ties it up. Boston takes the 2-0 series lead. And so far, Sarnia looks to be looking for the sweep against Sault Ste. Marie, Saskatoon over Regina, Montreal over Toronto, and I missed the last series. I think it's Boston over Moncton. Yeah. Sault Ste. Marie gets a win, Regina ties it up, Montreal takes a 3-1 series lead, and Moncton ties up their series. I didn't even know Seth Jones got hurt. And Montreal has eliminated both Toronto teams. Sarnia has eliminated Sault Ste. Marie. Boston's up 3-2, and I think Saskatoon was up 3-2 on Regina. And Saskatoon wins and Boston wins, so it's still a 25% chance of an American team once again winning the cup. Saskatoon up 1-0. Montreal up 1-0. Sarnia ties it up. Boston ties it up. Sarnia up 2-1. Boston's up 2-1. Sarnia up 3-1. Montreal ties up their series. Boston's up 3-2. Saskatoon ties up their series. Boston, Montreal tied up at 6. We're going into a pair of game 7s. And for the first time since '93, it will be a Canadian team taking on the Stanley Cup. And of course, it's the Montreal Canadiens and the Sarnia Stingrays. I think that's the second year in a row Sarnia has gone to the Stanley Cup final. Montreal takes the 1-0 series lead. 2-0 series lead for Montreal. 3-0 series lead for Montreal. Sarnia finally gets a win in the Stanley Cup Finals after 2 years, and they only get the one win in 9 Stanley Cup Final games. The Montreal Canadiens have won their 25th Stanley Cup. Giant Rockets took home the Presidents this year. Yeah, Stingrays back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals, and they've got one win in 9 games to show for it. Nikita Kucherov on the Hart. Pietrangelo back-to-back Norris wins. Kucherov with the Bing. Vesalainen with the Rookie of the Year. Philip Deneau with the Conn Smythe. Henrik Lundqvist ended up in Toronto, takes home the Vezina. Ranta and Valader share the Jennings. Roy with the Masterson. West with the Jack Adams. Bergeron with the Selke. Kucherov with the Lindsay. Ovechkin once again with the frickin' Maurice Richard. And we're going to call it a day after that. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be back for year 3. Or for the draft in year 3. Yeah, so